Hi, this is Darren from Primal Gym. Back for another Wise Wednesday. If you're watching it on Wise Wednesday, you can cut that if you need to. Going to go through some foam roller techniques today. Obviously, we use foam rollers a lot in our mobilities and warm-ups. Wherever there's aches and pains, foam roller can help. And essentially, if you want to check out all the science on foam rolling, what exactly it's doing, you can look that up anywhere on the internet. But basically, what we're doing is we're trying to improve tissue quality. It's exactly the same as having a massage. We're trying to straighten and lengthen the tissue, muscle fibers, and basically break any adhesions down, any knots where muscles that pass over each other get kind of glued together. If we're going to stretch and exercise, and we want that tissue quality as good as possible, and really, as I say, it's just a form of self-massage. So how do we go about it? First thing we're going to do is actually show you different types of rollers. There's tons of different types out there. The main ones though, for larger areas and areas where it's a little bit more sensitive, you're better off with, I think this is like a 10 centimeter, and it's soft. It's, well, not soft, but it's flat. There's no knobbles on it. Good for back, etc., where we don't really want knobbles and stuff sticking in. Then we've got one that's a bit more aggressive, so you can see all the knobbles on this one. This is really good for things like doing, if you've got knots in the quads, getting into the glutes, getting into piriformis, anywhere where you've got sort of quite a lot of tissue and a lot of tightness or a lot of soreness. You want to try and get in with this. This is, in a sense, it's a little bit like doing deep frictions where you get your thumbs in and kind of break down that tissue. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is croquet ball or a theraball, or just basically it's like a hard bouncy ball. Doesn't got much give in it. This one's very focused, can be very painful, but it's great at getting into very tight little areas where you need a lot of focus. So for example, into the piriformis, that can help with sciatica. If you've got tight hip or hip tendonitis, hip flexor tendonitis, you can get into there. Also very good for elbows, condyles, etc. Very focused, quite sore. This one's probably the most painful, but if you need to get into a really tight area and focus somewhere, then this is the one. The other one, which we don't actually have here at the moment, is a much thinner version of this one. Instead of 10 centimeters, only 5 centimeters. They tend to come in white. They're quite long, very good for doing the spine. Okay, so they're your basic forms. This one for bigger areas. This one to get into knots, quads are really good, glutes are really good, not very good for the spine, these ones. And then finally this one, which is very good at getting into focused little areas, good for hip flexor tendonitis, good for piriformis, etc. Okay, so they're your basic forms. Next, I'm just going to give you a very basic rundown of how we would use a foam roller in different areas, either as a pre-warm-up for mobility or actually sort of in a more of a therapeutic fashion.